Module 5 is healing from sexual trauma. In this module, we look at some gentle and simple ways in which the focus is back on you and what your individual journey towards healing could look like. I start by mirroring a lot of my own healing journey from sexual trauma, both as a person and as a therapist who practices in this field. And then I take you through some art therapy tools and techniques that I use personally to guide clients towards gentle trauma recovery. When you take steps towards your individual process of healing, recovery, resilience, empowerment, as you name it and frame it, please know that it is important to take it in digestible, bite-sized pieces that make sense for you. And when I say that, a lot of this information might feel extremely triggering to you. A lot of this information might feel destabilizing, right? And that in some ways is what is supposed to happen. You are supposed to, when we receive truth telling in this way, in a contained safe space or a brave space, we tend to feel a little uncomfortable with what's coming up for us. Now let's think about a simple truth. In our families, we walk around hearing our parents speak about something that happened in their time when they were young. And some of us listen from 1 year and some of us let it go, and we think this has no impact on us, right? But in so many ways, folks, there's intergenerational trauma in the way that in the way that we listen to narratives. So one thing I remember my mother telling me a lot was that she was in a school where the teachers and the prefects checked the lengths of their skirts, and if you didn't wear the right kind of skirt, you were spanked on your hand every day for 15 years of your life. Okay, sure, I heard this thing and I let it go. The other year, I have, one can do that, or one can think of it a little bit deeper and really digest what impact that happens on a person's body when you are told for 15 years that you will be slapped or spanked, basically hurt for not policing your body a certain way, right? And this is such a common thing in schools that we go to, the impact of colonization, all sorts of complicated isms are in this, why this fact exists, but this fact exists that a lot of us are policed every day in our bodies. A lot of our parents were policed every day in their bodies. So when you think about sexual trauma and sexual shame, consider that it's bigger than just something that happened to you once. Consider that it's about what people are saying, what people are watching, what people are telling you you should watch, what people are telling you you should do with your body. These are also narratives that impact the way we think about sexual trauma and sexual healing. So, coming back to what healing is a process that people have tried to define for centuries, and I don't think anyone has got one answer and one bite-sized digestible answer, although I do want to give it to you. For me, healing is a way to come back to sensitization. It's a place to come back to what feels true to me, and it's a place in my body that feels alive. I don't necessarily associate healing with calmness always, like this perfect idea of perfect survivor, but I do associate healing with knowing your own truth. And if you have had any inkling in this masterclass of where that truth could lie for you, I highly encourage you to do two things. One is, please read those particular books and texts and more on my own website, on social media, on this masterclass that we'll give you. And the second is, if you can, please consider talking to a professional, a sex therapist if possible, and if you can't find one in our country where there are less trained sex therapists, talk to your own mental health counselor about a masterclass like this or about information like this. Take it back to therapy, unpack it. Or if you don't have access to that, choose one loving person in your life, a partner, a father, a mother, a sibling, a friend, a colleague at work, someone who is not too high or too low on the power dynamic with you, someone who's equal with you, like a friend. And really unpack what you just learned about yourself and see where the next step takes you. Automatically, as you work on one part, the next part will make itself available. That's the best we can do for ourselves. And in some ways, it's better than not doing anything. I wish you the best in your healing and recovery journey. I'm with you along this way. Thank you so much for staying with me in such in what can be a very intensive reception of information. It can be unsettling, it can be triggering. अगर आपको लगा हो कि कुछ दरवाजे खुल गए अपने अंदर, तो do one thing for me just now with me, right? Make sure you go back to your body just the way we started in some way. Relax the lower part of your body. Make sure it's touching something stable. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Physically move them down. I like to do that. In my hand, I like to also hold something soft on days that I'm feeling tender, something hard like a ring on days that I'm feeling very intense. So I touch that. It's somatically really helpful. I close my eyes. I gently allow my senses to go towards what I can hear. Right now, I can hear the fan. I can hear the traffic sounds. What I can smell. I smell just a gentle whiff of evening sun. The day winding down. What I can taste. I can just taste saliva, neutral, maybe different for you. What I can touch, what I can see, and focus just on a healing, maybe a healing or a neutral image in front of you, a plant, a space on the wall behind you, a chair, and just allow your body to sink in and rest in the nourishment of this information that's probably very heavy. Deep breath in, hold it, and out. Thank you. Please take care of yourself, especially after indulging in investing in this masterclass. Go for a walk, protect yourself through sleep, eat a nice, nourishing meal, satiate your senses in some way after you finish.